I grew up in the dark ages, and I had to play in the dirt because my dad wouldn't buy me a 8mm camera. And because he's like, why do you want that? And what are you going to do when the film's developed? Well, I want to make a movie. Well, how are you going to cut it? What was a movieola back then? And then, developing. If I wanted to share it, I had to take this big projector over to my neighbor's house and plug it in and show it on the screen. So it was the dark ages. So now I'm like a kid in a candy store, and I love this, and I love people that tell stories. I wanted to take all the standard camera equipment that was already there. We had it in the classroom, XLR microphones, I mean, you name it. I wanted them to play nice with these devices because I knew there was a way to do that. I wanted all my cases have at least 2 cold shoes on top. So not hot shoes, there's no electricity. So I wanted them to fit all standard camera stuff, that was out there. So these are just standard Manfrotto lights. This is a Rode VideoMic Pro. And I just wanted them all to be able to plug in with different adapters that you can buy, TRRS to TRS, and that'll make microphones work that you may have, old microphones. There's wireless. I brought a wireless microphone kit that's $99. That sounds great for handheld or lavalier. But there's just tons of accessories that you can do. The BBC uses them. They were our first big adopter. They saw mobile journalism as something really big. Here I have, this is a new toy that I've been playing with that we're going to start selling on our website. It's a teleprompter that you just can put in any phone that you have or iPod Touch, and all of a sudden you got this great teleprompter. But they've been using it for, they took it to the World Cup down in Brazil and shot a bunch of stuff with that. They used it for the Olympics. They shoot about 3 different shows on iPads, on iPhones, I should say, over there. So the BBC has been great. And then, of course, a picture's worth 1,000 words. I woke up one morning to see Steven Spielberg holding the iPad mini case on the set of his movie, and that was it. I was done. I don't need to do anything else now. I'm happy. But anyway, it's kind of a culmination. It's really from building a list of questions that I never got to, that I said, I got to get to these questions from users all around the world. And I was just like, I got to answer these. I'm tired of just answering this. And then he'll ask me the same one. And I said, let me do a book. So I put this book out, and it kind of walks you through the whole process of how to create content and what devices and what kind of microphones and just kind of what's out there. I don't do any advertising whatsoever in traditional old things. I am all over social media and have built up a big social following, and that's where all the traffic comes from, And it didn't cost me a dime, but days and days of hiding in the garage. It was funny because people are like, how did you just leave your job at the high school? It was cushy and made great money. I'm like, I just am passionate about this. I love this. And I actually, until the last minute, stayed working there until it got to a point where, I'd go out and tell the kids, okay, we're going to do a short film this week. Here's the syllabus. Okay, I'm going to be back in the room. And I'd be back in the room. And I'd have people like CJ back there would go and make them do all their stuff. And I'd just be working like crazy. I mean, distributors here and there. And it's just been overwhelming. We're small. It's funny because we've grown, like last year we did over 130% on what we were the year before. So we're like going like this. What I learned was that retail sucks. And it's better to build a business direct online. You can know your customers, you can educate them how all this works. I mean, the amount of returns we were getting compared to what we did on our website were night and day. So we actually pulled out of there and we said, this is not a good thing for us. I want to be able to say, okay, this is A, B, C, D, this is how you do that. And I find when I get this into someone's hand and I explain to them how to use it all, done, they get it. When I'm at trade shows and stuff like that, we get orders right away because we're taking time to educate them. You can create something, an invention or an idea or something, and you can prototype it now for nothing. And you can go on a Kickstarter or an Indiegogo and test the market. I love my idea. Was it a good idea? No, no one wants it. Oh, well, I better go back to day one and try and, But it's a great way to, instead of throwing tons of money into it, you can do a quick test of it. When we did the first prototype, I used to go to NAB every year to report for Post Magazine and a couple other places. And I would take one of my students, who was my top journalist student, to go and film with me. And this particular year was my student Michelle, who's like this tall blonde. She's a star pitcher at Arizona now, and her mom. And so we would go, and these 4 guys are following us around everywhere. I'm like, what the heck, the creepers, right? And so I finally stopped them. I was like, what's going to say? Listen, we just want to know what this is. We're Apple engineers. And so they were fantastic. They've been my best friends since then, and I do a lot of stuff. I do a lot of stuff with Apple and Apple education. In fact, they have a program called Connect Ed for low-income schools, and I donate a ton of stuff to their stuff. But would they tell me what the next version is going to be, or what size it is? Or no, I have to wait till that day and then scramble. Will it fit in there, and stuff. So, thank you guys. Thank you for putting up with me. Appreciate it. Thank you.